So, because, you know, she reached out to me venting. So I was like, oh, you know what? This is a good space. I like that between me and her. Then this will put the icing on a cake. Is when every time she's comparing herself with me. But it's just her replies back. She's like,
oh, wow. Well, I guess they don't like me then.
The other day, she's like, you know, venting. And then she's like, after venting, she's like,
oh, so this is what I got for quality. What did you get?
Welcome back to my channel, y'all. If y'all new, welcome.
How you doing?
If y'all not new, welcome back.
It's like passé.
Not really. As you can see, I am currently working, but something just happened to me, y'all.
What do you mean by that?
Something just happened to me, and of course I wanted to share with you guys because you guys are always looking for story time, and it's more intimate. It's just us two instead of me being in my chaos little world and always doing something. That's what we're doing today. We will be, as you can see the title of the video, that's what we are going to be talking about today. And guys, I never thought that this would ever happen to me because I felt like if you're looking out for someone, eventually you'll stay out of their radar.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
They're like, what radar? The hating radar.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to be more specific. I'm going to get into every detail with y'all because it wouldn't make any sense if I didn't.
Okay.
And if you guys are new, I'm a boss mom of two. You notice how that rhymed a little bit, right?
Oh, girl. Let me shut up, girl.
And yeah, so I am from Miami, born and raised in Miami, Florida. Moved to Fort Myers, lived there, Fort Myers, Florida, lived there for 10 years plus. And then I finally resided to Ohio, and it's been like 3 to 4 months already, y'all. So I'm in a small valley in Ohio, and so far so good. And you're like, girl, that's a huge jump from Florida to Ohio. Yes, it is. I know a friend that lives here, and she sold me. She sold me big. But, you know, if you know about Florida, Florida is very expensive to live. And the rent just went up. And the place that I was living in Fort Myers, I was living there for 5 years. So when the landlord decided to put the note on my door saying that he will be raising the rent $200 more, I was like, oh, hell no. I got to go. So I up and left and drove all the way over here to Ohio. And I've been here ever since. It's different. Like I said, it's in a small valley, so it's not convenient. It's not what I'm used to, basically. So it's getting a lot of getting used to, but so far so good. I'm different. Sometimes I don't even know who I am at times because I'm just like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing here? And some days I'm just like, yes, I'm glad I made this move. But anyways, this is not what the video is about. Like I told you, I always sidetrack, so just bear with me. All right, so what I do for work is I work from home, 9 to 5, insurance agent, right? And when I started this job, it required that you remain on the camera for training, right? So we were able to meet the people that was in our training class, able to switch numbers if we wanted to, so we can talk outside of work. You know what I'm saying? So I only eventually did that with one person at the time, because I thought she was just going to remain with the company, but it's just both of us left. Out of 5 or 6 people in our training class, by the time we ended the training, it was 3 people left. And then throughout the training, like when it was time for us to get on the phone and take calls, that's when we would end up with just 2 people, me and this other lady I'm about to tell you about. And so I was closer to the third woman that was me and her. We exchanged, I wouldn't say closer, but we exchanged numbers, and then we just talk outside of work or whatever. So we don't do that anymore because we have nothing to relate to anymore because we don't work at the same job anymore. So there's another lady that's left. She reached out to me into Messenger, and she was like, hey, I'm still here. If you have any questions, just hit me up or whatever. So she provided me her number in the Messenger. So I took it down or whatever, just in case if I had any questions. So then one day she hits me up and she just starts So yeah, guys, sorry I had got a call coming through. And so yeah, I never thought that, I would be the one. So because she reached out to me venting. So I was like, oh, you know what? This is a good space. I like that between me and her because I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I never have any good luck with women in general. Like having female friends, I'm always it's either we are on bad terms and we're not on bad terms and we just stop talking to each other just because, or it could just be anything. The people that last longer are males in my life. So, and I was like, oh, she's reaching out to me to vent. Let me do the same. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a Capricorn. We're very observant and we're very careful on how we do things and, who we invite in our circle because our circle is really small. So we don't let a lot of people in. So, she's been, I said, well, she's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? So this is what it's going to be. So as time passes by, as time, eventually we just start, vibing with each other or whatever. So then there was one incident where, it was really bad and she got into a big thing with her supervisor and stuff like that. And she just was like, explaining to me how she felt about the company, why she feels like the company is not organized and how they're handling, just everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. We're on the same page and we're vibing and, this is cool. And I always thought about, maybe the more I get to know her, maybe we could vibe a little bit because, she's not too far from my neck of the woods, Maybe she could come here and maybe I can go over there and we could vibe. Right? Then this will put the icing on a cake. Is when every time she's comparing herself with me. Me not thinking nothing of it because she's like, because I'm different. Like I could care what's going on with you because I know we're two different people. We handle our calls differently. We speak to our customers differently. We research our things differently. So basically handling and calls differently. You know what I'm saying? So, she's asking me, well, how are you doing with this and that? How are your quality and stuff like that? Well, I got this score. What score did you get? Me, remember, guys, at this point, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm just like, okay, here we go. But it's just her replies back. She's like, oh, wow. Well, I guess they don't like me then. Okay, so I'm just like, still, at this point, I'm just like, okay, yeah, maybe it's just something wrong that she's doing. So I would text her back and be like, what is it that you're doing wrong? Maybe, you need to ask your supervisor and communicate with her and see exactly what needs to be done in order for you to fix the issue that you're going through. And then she just keeps saying, oh, they don't like me. They say that I'm not nice on my calls. My tone sucks or whatever. So I was like in my head, I'm not going to be the one to tell her that because I'm not quality. I can't tell her to fix her tone. Like, that's none of my business. So I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe they need to start taking these calls to see what it's like being us. I'm trying to make the situation sound any better. Feel better for her as if it's not really her. Guys, it's really her. It's really her. So, but sometimes you just don't want to hurt people's feelings because you don't know what they're going through mentally, So then she's like, I see like every other day she's like, venting. And then she's like, after venting, she's like, oh, so this is what I got for quality. What did you get? And I'm like, why is she worried about what I'm doing and how I'm handling my calls? Like, why does it matter to her? And like whenever I tell her like what my grades are, like if I get a higher score, because they score us like we're in school, guys. A 50 is a F, okay? A 75 is a C. And a 100 is 100, A. So, so when I tell her, I said, wow, I'm shocked that I'm even getting these high scores or whatever. She doesn't say, oh, well, good job or anything like that. She always says, well, they don't like me. They're always setting me up with low scores or whatever like that. My last score is this and that or whatever. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, if I were you, I'll speak to my supervisor to see what can be done or whatever. You know, try to look out for her. Not even one time did she say, well, good job, right on, or whatever. And I didn't think nothing of it, because that's how, I'm going to be honest with you, the majority of black women, that's how they are. That's how they are. They don't know how to compliment. They don't know how to compliment or give you compliments. They don't know how to say, oh, you look nice today. Oh, that's a great job. Like, how did you get that? Where did you get that from? Wow, that looks good on you. Oh, you look pretty, or you smell good, or your hair looks nice. It's hard for them. It's hard for you to get a compliment from a black woman. You know, and I'm learning this a lot, because it's like, you know, the more I go out, I try to compliment people. You know, I find the littlest things that attract me to them. And I'm like, hey, I like what you got on. Oh, hey, you look very nice. Oh, wow, I like your hair. You know what I'm saying? Just to make people feel good about themselves. But she doesn't do that at all. And I didn't expect it from her, you know, because I'm just like, at this point, this lady is jealous and envious in so many ways. And I'm going to tell y'all why I say that. Because a lot of people are like to scream jealousy and envious for so many things when it doesn't make sense on why people are putting it in those categories. But with this one here, you're going to be like, yeah, girl, she is. She is. So then there was one day I reached out to her. Why did I reach out to her? I don't even remember. Right. And I use her messenger as my messenger because I use it for, like, if I have to do something later on a customer's account that doesn't require for me to do it right away, I just, you know, put it as a reminder for myself, as a note to myself on her messenger, because we barely message each other on there anyway. We do it through our personal phones. So there was one day, you know, I posted something on her messenger, and then she's like, oh, I text you. And I'm like, okay. So I checked my phone, and then she's like, oh, well, I just came from a meeting with my supervisor and I got written up. And I'm like, wow, I'm so sorry to hear that. Why did you get written up? And then she explained that, you know, they were getting tired of her not being friendly with the customers, and her calls, her quality isn't improving, and so and so. So she was like, did you ever have a meeting? Again, comparing me to her.
I'm trying to be cool, but goddamn.
She's like, did you ever have a meeting like that before? And I'm like, what do I tell this lady? Should I just ignore it, or should I just like answer it and tell her that it's none of her goddamn business? Why is she always comparing herself to me? Like, how should I reply to this? But me, I'm just a straight up person. I tell you like it is. Like, you ask me a question, if that's what it is, that's what it is. So I just told her the honest truth. I said, no, I've never had a meeting like this. And she was like, so have did your supervisor inform you about your tone on your calls or whatever? And I'm like, no, not yet. I said, and she's like, oh, okay. And that was the end of the conversation for like a whole 3 hours, right? Then she sends me another text message saying that, well, I think they're going to fire me, right? And I'm like, oh, why? Why do you think that? She was like, because I just didn't feel like that meeting that I just came out of went well. So me, you know me, boss lady, work from home, trying to get everybody a work from home job, customer service. I sent her several links, you know, just in case if that were to happen, you know, fill out the application with these companies. So that was sent out to her. I don't even know if she even opened these links to see or sent her resumes out to these links. So I'm just like, yeah. And I'm like saying to myself, why am I doing this when this lady is truly envious?
Estúpido.
Like jealous of me performing better than she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, oh,
Well, maybe we need to have the same supervisor, because I feel like your supervisor will be more lenient.
No, the hell she will not, because my supervisor don't play about her quality. If anything, my supervisor probably would run her away from the company. So, so then she's like,
Well, I just think that they don't like me because in the training they were really like agging me and pointing and throwing like subliminal messages at me or whatever.
I'm like, this lady is mentally ill. Something ain't right with her. Because now she's pointing fingers at everybody. And she's like, what are you doing differently than me? And I'm like, what do you mean? What am I doing differently than you? You're talking about my calls, or what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, like, how are you handling your calls? How come you get the highest scores and I don't? Guys, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why is this woman worried about what Lou got going on over here? Why? I wanted to say because you're not me, because we learn differently, because we handle our calls differently, but you're a grown woman. We're around the same age range. So if you can't figure it out on why, I'm not going to be the one to tell you, baby girl. I'm just not. Because I'm not quality, and quality has told you what your issue is, and you refuse to fix that issue. So at this point, I ended the conversation with her at this point, because every time when I'm reading the text messages, y'all, I'm just like sucking my teeth like, really? Really? I'm like, is she really questioning this right now? And I'm like, this lady is really jealous of me, bro. Like, what the heck is going on? If anything, if you want to know, like, if you want me to help you, I can help you. But don't say why. Don't question it as if I'm on the same level as you, honey. Because we came from the same training class, that don't mean we learn the same. Okay, that does not mean it. I already told y'all the history of the training class. If you have not known what it was like, go back in this vlog, man. Go back in this vlog. Story time be epic on here. So, it was just weird. And it just like people like that just caused me not to even want to vibe and talk to them anymore. Like text them, because it's like, just imagine talking to her over the phone, what it's like. Because I've never spoken to her over the phone before. This is the whole time we've been texting, the whole time. So I could just imagine what the vibe is like talking to her. I probably would have hung up on her and blame it on my phone and said I have bad connections or something. Because really, that's just disgusting. That's how women are. That's how women can be. Like, why? We should be lifting each other up, not hoping or looking for each other's downfall and just laugh about it. Like, why? Why are we like this? Why? I don't know. It's just sad. It's just really sad that it's like this. And ever since, it's like I don't even know anymore. I don't even want to talk to her. Like, I mean, if she reaches out to me, I'm going to just be short with her. And that's it. I'm not going to be like sending her like paragraphs like how I've been doing lately. I'm not doing that no more. Because it's like, wow. Wow. They say keep people like that in your circle because that's just going to push you and motivate you more. But that doesn't feel good. Knowing that people like that in your circle envy you. Because people like that can easily stab you in the back. And you don't have nothing. You're on the same level as them. We in the same department. We're making the same amount of money. And she's probably making more than me because she does more overtime than I do. But I don't care. See, one thing about me is that I don't care how much money you make and how you handle your stuff and what you got going on in your life. I don't care about that. Because I got so much going on in my life. I got bigger fishes to fry, let alone worry about what you got going on. I don't have time for that. And I'm thank God that I am the way that I am, because it's just like, it just would be a lot for me to deal with. I think because I have like my kids to worry about and I'm a single mom and it's just so much that I have to focus on that I don't have time to worry about other people and what they got going on. But some people are just like that. Even though they got a lot going on, they still want to worry about what other people got going on. And it's just so sad. And then I don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make me feel good, guys. I don't like it because by the end of the day, it's like, what else are you wanting to go down with me? Like, you're counting on my downfall right now. Like, you want me to fail. You want me to be in the same shoes as you. You know, that just will make you feel so much better as an individual, that, okay, it's just not me that's failing with these calls, or it's just not me that's getting bad quality. It's her too. Should I make her feel better and say that, yeah, I'm getting bad quality, I'm getting bad scores too? Or should I just keep throwing it in her face that my quality scores are up to par?
To haters, I'm not your enemy, I'm your hero. You know, cheer up. You should be happy I'm here.
What would you do in this situation, y'all? Please tell me. Like, comment down below, because I didn't realize how messy women can be, especially when you're at age. Still, you want to be as messy as that? Like, leave it to the young ones. Leave it to the youngins, okay? Because we're at a stage where we on our big money, get money tip. Trying to create these businesses. But the way you're acting is like, it's not going to get you far in life. You're not. Karma's always going to bite you in the ass. And you're always not going to have things done the way you want to because you're so miserable. You are. And it's not fair that, you know, you want to treat people that way because you're not happy. It's not fair. But yeah, guys, that's what it is. And that's why I do remote work, because just imagine if you were actually in a live setting in a actual facility in a call center. This is how it is, but worse. Because I've been there and I've done it, and it's not nice. And it's always drama with women. It's never with men. It's never with men. And if it's with men, just know that they're not complete. They're not fully men. Okay? So it's just, it's insane. It's insane. And it's sad because it's like, that's just the world that we live in. You know, you're going to have people that you could resonate with, and you're just going to have people that you just don't understand. But yes, guys, my camera is about to. But if you got this far in this video and you like it, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me. And yeah, I'll just start doing more of these stories.
I want to tell the people out there that thank you for supporting me.